This is the Flipping Junkie Podcast, episode 172. Hey, welcome back to the Flipping Junkie Podcast. This is a podcast for real estate investors, house flippers, wholesalers, the whole shebang. If you're interested in house flipping, real estate investing, fix and flip, rentals, all that kind of stuff, this is the place to be. Thanks so much for listening to the podcast. I got a special announcement today because tomorrow we are launching FlipPilot 2.0. This is huge, big moment that I've been working towards for a long time now. It's been in beta for like 6 months. We've had dozens and dozens of real estate investing teams across the country, playing with FlipPilot, using it. They've been paying for it and really just, hammering out all the details and getting it all ready to go. We're launching out of beta. This is the big launch for FlipPilot 2.0. I'm super excited to share it with you. And that's going to happen tomorrow at 10 o'clock Central. So if you want to be a part of that, if you want to find out more about it, you got to head over right now. Go ahead and pause this. Go over to flippilot.com/demo, DEMO, to be able to register to be on that for tomorrow, 10 o'clock. All right, so less than 24 hours at this point. And it's all happening right then. Now, it's important that you are a part of this because I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to get FlipPilot for free. Yes, 2.0 for free. And I'm not talking about roping you into some like free trial thing or something like that. No, this is about getting FlipPilot for free. So you want to be a part of this. You want to check this out. Go to flippilot.com/demo. Now, if you're not familiar and you're going, well, I don't even know what FlipPilot is, I've heard you talk about it. It's amazing when I talk to some people, it's like, yeah, I've heard you talk about it, but I don't really know what it is. Okay, so I should probably take some time because this has been my world for a while now, just been all about FlipPilot, but I might not have explained completely all the time what exactly FlipPilot even is. So if you've been wondering, it's basically a lead and deal management software system for you. In this business, if you're into house flipping, wholesaling, all that kind of good stuff, lead and deal management software, okay? So what does it do, right? What does it do for you? It increases your lead to deal conversion rate to increase your profit and give you more time, right? And so as an example, I was thinking about this, or I was interviewed for a radio show or something like that the other day, but we were talking about Flipping Houses Exposed, the book that I released years ago. I think it was back in like 2010 when I was documenting the 34 weeks. Every single lead that came into my business, I documented on my blog, right? And I turned that into the book, Flipping Houses Exposed. And the thing is that over that 34 weeks, I generated 495 leads. It's a ton of leads. And, I showed everything about like what the motivation was, why they were selling, how I analyzed the deal, whether I went and looked at it and made an offer. And then even talked about the ones that I bought, right? So this showed everybody that this is a numbers game, but the thing is, like looking back on it now, it's like that lead to deal conversion rate was horrendous, right? Because I think I documented maybe 11 deals out of that 495 leads. That's horrible. It's absolutely insane. And, looking back on the reasons for that was because the business wasn't set up in the best possible way. Basically I was just like all about front end, like all about marketing, get these leads, and then quickly saying no or yes to them, and then moving on to working on getting new leads. And so you can see what happened. That was the result. 495 leads and 11 deals, right? What happens when you change the business though? What happens if you get organized? You can move into as much as even one deal out of every 4 leads, right? Like this is like there are people doing that. I think a more realistic for most people is anywhere in the range of 1 deal out of every 7 and maybe even every 10 leads, okay? So it's definitely possible. So even if it was 1 deal out of every 10 leads, that 495 leads, now I'm going to be doing math here and I'm probably going to screw this up, would be like, 50 deals, right? So 5 times the number of deals out of that, 5 times the number of profit, which I don't even want to think about because I know that's a massive amount. That's huge. Okay, so what FlipPilot does is help you to do that. Helps you to go from that horrible 11 deals out of 495 leads to the better rates of maybe 1 out of every 7 leads is a deal, 1 out of every 10 maybe. And if you're awesome and you're really nailing the acquisitions and all that kind of stuff and getting the better leads from better marketing and all that kind of stuff, you can even get down to 1/4 of your leads becomes deals. I've seen some people do that. It's pretty impressive. And and that's what FlipPilot helps you do. It helps you get organized to do that, right? And I'm going to be going over all of that in this demo tomorrow, 10 o'clock Central, Wednesday, May 27th, if you're listening to this podcast at a different time. If you go to that page anyway, even if this is after that date, I'm sure I will have a recording or even a new one that I'll be doing at that point. So no matter when you're listening to this episode, go and check out flippilot.com/demo. And you might be thinking, well, who is FlipPilot for? If I'm not generating, I don't have any deals that I'm doing right now. I'm not getting enough leads to even get deals at this point. Should I even pay attention to this? Should I even look at that? And absolutely, because I think the idea is for a lot of people, and I did the same thing. I used a notebook to manage my leads and all the stuff I was doing for way, way too long. And I urge you not to do that if you are. If you're using spreadsheets or a notebook to manage your business right now, please reconsider, because I think the idea is I'm going to get to the point where I'm getting enough leads and then doing deals to get software. And I want to urge you to flip that on its head. I want you to turn that around, that thinking, and make it more of, I'm going to get software now to help me do deals and get traction into this business. Okay? And you might be thinking, well, I don't want to spend, $250, $300 a month on, software to do that. I can't afford that right now. I don't have the deals happening, and I just can't afford that. And that's the entire reason why I made FlipPilot this way to get FlipPilot for free that I'm going to be talking about tomorrow, flippilot.com/demo. Pause this and go there now if you haven't yet. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss it, because what I'm going to be showing you is how to use the software free to help you do your first deal, help you do your second deal, third deal, and get things cranking so that you're not losing out by not being able to capitalize on every single lead that you get in, and then using it as the focus of what you should be doing right now as you're getting started to actually do a deal, right? To move from the phase of learning and overanalyzing and analysis paralysis, to move out of that. Use the software to help you actually take action, right? And get and do this business. If you're serious about it, check it out, flippilot.com/demo. So during this, and then even if you're experienced, right? So if you're a new investor, I urge you for those reasons to check this out. If you are an experienced real estate investor, I was an experienced real estate investor for probably 10 years before actually getting my business dialed in like I should have much sooner to better capitalize, so I would have more time, so I wouldn't be wearing all the hats. I was just working so much because I was doing things inefficiently. That doesn't mean you have to grow into a big team, but it does mean setting up your business, even if it is just you and a partner or a small team, to set up the business in a way that helps you do more deals from the leads you're getting, and then to profit more from all the deals that you're doing. And I'm going to show you how that's possible with FlipPilot as well. So even if you're using a different system or you're cranking along using the notebook or the spreadsheets, I think that this is going to be something you're going to want to see too. Because I'm going to show you guys on the Zoom call tomorrow at 10 o'clock Central. 10 o'clock Central, right? So if you're on the East Coast, if you're in Florida, something like that, you're going to be tuning. I'm going to probably screw this up too, right? So you're going to be tuning in at 11 o'clock a.m. If you're on the West Coast, if you're in California, you're going to be tuning in at 8 o'clock in the morning. So a little bit early for maybe some people. But if you're like I am, you're up early, cranking away and getting stuff done because you just love it. And I love it too. So let's be on this call together. You're going to find out how to get FlipPilot for free immediately tomorrow, okay, on May 27th. And not, like I said, not a free trial, not just like for a limited 14 days or something like that. This is like a way to get it for free, and you're going to have access to that tomorrow. I'm not sure how many we're going to be able to allow to do that over time, so you want to be there on the call tomorrow to take advantage of it. During that call, I'm also going to be showing you the 3 steps to building your REI machine, and that's going to be incorporated into the demo, right? So that the demo is going to show you how you're going to be using this to actually accomplish those things, and not just going to be me clicking around the software showing you the menus and stuff, right? I'm going to show you how it's actually going to benefit you no matter where you are in your business. So it's going to be cool to check out. In addition to that, I'm going to show you guys how to get access to what my friend Don Costa has been so kind enough to share from his Ready, Build, and Scale training. It's going to be this lead generation training that you're going to be able to find out how to get also for free as a part of all of this. So it's very cool. Another great reason, because in that training, Don shows you how to understand proper lead generation, also the roadmap for success doing that, including like the different marketing channels overview, key performance indicator, the KPI explainer video, and then even an inbound phone script for when you're taking calls. Because I wanted to provide something that's going to help you if you are newer to be able to start working those leads, to get those leads to put into FlipPilot. And Don Costa has been working on this training. He's got it very dialed in. He's been in this business for a very long time as well. You might know him from his podcast, Flip Talk Podcast. And he's been generous enough to include that part for us. And I'm going to show you how to get that for free tomorrow as well, as part of this whole thing. So another reason why you want to just be on this call. I'm stacking this stuff up for you. And then also in addition to that, I'm going to be providing follow-up sequence messaging. So the content there, you might be thinking, well, I want to follow up, but I don't know exactly how to. I don't want to seem like I'm spamming people. I don't want to make it feel like, I don't want to piss off sellers because I'm following up with them and sending them messages. I'm going to show you these sequences for these different situations that you can use. Just copy and paste these things and use them right away, even if you're not using FlipPilot. So another reason just to join on this call. And those different scenarios that are covered in those messages are no offer made, not motivated. So if you have a seller that's not even motivated, and so much so to the point that you didn't even make an offer, which I think you always ought to make an offer, but for whatever reason you don't, you can send the sequence to them over time to see if they do become motivated and reach back out to you. I also have another sequence that I'm going to give to you that's for when you make an offer and they're not motivated, and also the days that you should send those, so how far they should be spaced apart. That's all done for you right there. And then also offer made motivated. Obviously, this is going to be one that they're going to be getting a little bit more frequently because they are motivated. They're likely going to be selling soon, and you've already made them an offer, and so you'll have the messages to send to them for that. So be sure to join me. There's a lot of stuff that you're going to get out of this call. We're going to definitely make it worth your while, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be cool to show you not only all this cool stuff, but then how it's built into FlipPilot to be at a glance, right? So you can see your business at a glance, how it's working, how things are operating, what needs to be done in a visual way. I think that's the most exciting part of this. If you've seen other software systems, that are like lists and spreadsheets, and you got to click around everywhere, that are kind of a mess. It's kind of even hard to understand how the software is even going to help you or how to use it by watching a video of it. And I really love the way that we simplified all this. We just went to the drawing board and came up with something completely innovative that makes it so that you can see everything at a glance. And just to give you an idea of that, if you think of, most investors I know have a whiteboard in their office with the deals that they're doing and what stage of their workflow or pipeline that deal is in. That's kind of like what our software shows you at a glance. And so you can see everything that you're working, your leads and deals, right there on one screen, no clicking around, all that kind of stuff. So super excited to show you how we did that. If you're curious, you should be, because it's a very cool way to look at your business in a software sense and manage it, organize it, so that you can turn more leads into deals, make more money from those deals, and just have more time, right? That's what we're all shooting for here. So join me on this call tomorrow. It's a Zoom call. You can go over to flippilot.com/demo. And FlipPilot is FlipPilot.com/demo, DEMO. Got no excuse not to join me on this unless you have like a deal you're signing up that day or whatever. But if you go ahead and go to that page, flippilot.com/demo, and put in your email in there, then I'll make sure that you're going to get a way to find out about what I'm sharing tomorrow. So join me. It'll be exciting. Looking forward to seeing you there. All right, man. Talk to you guys and gals tomorrow. And if you're listening to this later, talking to you through video or something like that. But anyway, take care.